Hello, everyone. Welcome to Abraxas Precipice, the Expanse role-playing game, actual play, put out by Green Room Publishing. We play here weekly on Wednesday nights about this time. Hopefully you enjoyed our new little countdown thing. That was kind of fun. I actually slapped that together like after a fever dream at 1:30 a.m. I had a dream of a countdown timer, and then I made it. Tells you about how boring I am at night. Everyone, this is Moloch's Gambit, phase 3 of our run, episode 7. Actually, we're getting a little ways into it. Stuff has happened. We're very excited to be back here after a little break from having Jacob Mundell on, who we a lot of love, and once again, happy nuptials with you and the hubby. It looked like a beautiful ceremony and a lot of fun. We have a Patreon for those that are interested. If you want to support our stream, please go to our Patreon and you can get bonus episodes, previews of content, stuff like that. That's a great way to support the stream. Yes, rest in peace, Dingo. You may listen to all the Whitesnake songs you want. That is what heaven is Whitesnake on repeat. And then the other thing I got to plug today is that Saturday I am running Abraxas Precipice Morena Cycle, which is going to be a charity one-shot stream for from 11 a.m. to about 4 p.m. or so, benefiting the National Network of Abortion Funds. I have a great cast. Everyone's returning guests that played on the show before. All of them except for London, who's brand new. London is in charge. He's going to be playing Governor Oliver Strato, which I'm looking forward to. Actually, I'm very curious to see what his management style is. And so I will say this: when I was talking to Emily about her character yesterday, I think she built her character around the management style she wanted to have. That's kind of she kind of approached the character generation. So I don't know, less organic. Like grew out of the management style. It's kind of fun. So she's like, I think her description she wrote to me was "Girl Boss Plus."
Nice.
So let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. But anyways, we're doing that on Saturday here on this channel. I'll have a donation link set up. You can donate early if you want to go check it out on our Twitter and everything like too. I may put the link here too if you want to early donate. You can give re-rolls, advanced actions. We have a complete bundle of stuff, a PDF bundle from Green Ronin Publishing, so it's everything they have, including Beyond the Ring. And then I have some Cauldron and Tower stuff in there too, but a great way to contribute and help out a great cause this Saturday. All right, we're going to our opening sequence, everyone. Is that all the business? I think it's all the business. Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Opening sequence, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back. Listen, I can't believe this is what they're doing. They're gonna let him walk. They're gonna let him walk out. He killed like hundreds of people, and they're just gonna put him away. That's it. You guys are sitting in the galley of the Sinclair, hearing Marid, your med tech, really rant about how they're not like they letting Ashford even like leave the slow zone. They're gonna let him out. Supposedly he's gonna be put away someplace, but like Maria's just like not having it. And you guys have heard him for the last few days as you guys just transited the ring, not like but like maybe a few hours ago, outside of the slow zone now, him just in disbelief of the whole circumstances of everything that happened. And he seems to have he's very much we'll say, death penalty for Ashford at this point.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I don't disagree.
With belt of justice, we just space them, yeah?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Why don't I don't space them?
Yeah, but Bull, they're probably gonna make an example out of him and lock him up.
Exactly it. They're gonna make an example out of him to show everybody else this is the real deal now.
No, I don't know. It's like he's kind
it's all a show. It's all a show, Marie, for the Earthers and the Martians and all of them. I mean, us Belters, we know what we would do, and it would make sense, and we would all understand it. But to everyone else who doesn't live that way,
yeah,
I mean, if it was like if an Earther had done it or a Martian had done it, it would have been just like what's going now. But but they want to, who knows?
Yeah,
maybe it's the whole thing is like, we got to show that we are, we're able to give out justice like the other, like Earth would, putting him in prison and taking a trial, and that's
using up resources and time and all of those things.
Did they give that Belter? They Bull spaced out a trial? I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, but but this guy though, I think you hear McMichael's kind of kissing. I think they're gonna let the Earthers and the Martians get a piece of them too. Then they're gonna spread that justice around, let them have a piece of them. Put them on trial for everybody.
Yeah, make them a poster and let everybody, the whole system.
That's what I'm thinking.
It. Yeah, that ain't bad.
But Marid's kind of sitting there and he's kind of like rubbing his eye and head and stuff like that. And he's just like, whatever they do to him, man, it ain't good enough. You guys weren't in the med bay when they stopped that drum. I saw days of work just die in front of me.
Well, we lost people too, so besides work, yeah.
So you guys have transited out of the ring. Everyone else is kind of slowly pondering their way out of it. Except for the behemoth, which is staying behind. It seems like there's plans now to rig it into some sort of station to monitor everything. Not to mention, because it has the advanced sensors, it's probably the best position to literally and figuratively to check all these new gates that have opened up. As you come through, the eyes of kind of the solar system are on everybody. You can see the different ships broadcasting out. There's relief ships coming up to every other ship. OPA relief here is not high, we'll say. They're willing to like take on medical stuff, food, fuel, basics, but they're not sitting there they're not gonna repair your ship and stuff like that too. If it has like non substantial damage or something like that.
Did we really have any damage after everything just abruptly stopped on us?
Actually, McMichael's got tasked to do a little damage assessment report, and he kind of he's like, I got that for you, boss man. He's like, and he kind of brings it up and puts it on the screen. He's like, we're not like, this isn't like a firefight damage. He's like, it's like we hit like a wall at one point kind of thing. And he's kind of pointing out, he's got some stress here in some of the superstructures. And once that goes, the ship's done. You're basically buying a new ship at that point, but it's all repairable. Honestly, we're just at this point just down a lot of med supplies and food. But this is structure we want to get fixed before we start going for anything real.
Yeah, so we're safe for now, but if we know we're going to get in the shit, we need to get this fixed before.
Yeah,
this isn't going to be another engine melting situation.
No, nothing like that. More of just that, if we were to try to, I don't know, if Myrtle wanted to take us into a firefight, the stress would probably do the job for our enemy type situation. Yeah. We're not in any danger as long as we're going in a straight line, is what he's saying.
Well, the question is, I know we already have another job lined up, technically, is to find Pope. Should we get this fixed before, or?
That last flip and burn, we probably want to get it fixed. He's like, that's what I would say, but it's the captain's call.
Yeah, well, we've got Dingo here, and we really need to go back and talk to Fred.
Yeah, so that's been my question too. Did you guys want to leave Dingo's body there, or do you want to bring it with you?
Bring him with us.
All right, bring it with him. Most of the bodies, most of the people that died on the behemoth in various, we'll say, at various points, if they're belters, they were pretty much recycled.
Yep.
And it seems like they're actually going to be the first layer of substrate for growing food on the behemoth. Looks like they actually want to use the behemoth for its food growing capabilities. Kind of a fitting way, kind of a fitting tribute to the belters. And there's like some, they're doing some tributes and everything like that too. There's like, videos, and there's gonna be some, kind of like these like digital monument type things. But they're setting up and gearing up to really stay there with the drum and such, and get it fixed up. As far as jobs go, it wouldn't be out of line to go. You guys are low on fuel. You have barely any medical supplies left. Ammunition's a little low. You guys can generate ammunition on the ship. That's really not such an issue. But going out into the dark, and you're also down 3 crew members technically. Your engineer's dead. Your life support system person tech is dead. So it seems like
got an injured pilot.
You got an injured pilot, yeah, who needs to get, and you have one of your other guys, McMichaels. He needs to get a replacement prosthetic. He's kind of rigged something using like a wrench to walk around on, but it ain't pretty. Dang. It ain't pretty. he's built to rig this thing, and it's kind of like you're looking at it and you're like, that can't be comfortable. And he looks at you, he goes, no, it's not. He's like, but as long as there's gravity, it's what I need to use.
Yeah, I keep thinking something's flying around hitting things, but we got to get that fixed for you.
So, I don't think we're...
Tedwin come with us? Sorry, Marie.
Tedwin, Tedwin, do you want him to come back with you?
I would assume it'd be the right thing to do to take him back to...
You bring Tedwin back. Tedwin didn't...
I wanted to bring my brother back as well.
Oh, he's back now. Yeah, he's actually been helping McMichaels with the engineering stuff. He's kind of filling in for what... he's not as good at the engine stuff as like Justine was, but he knows it well enough to get you guys home. Cool. And he's checking. He's doing stuff, kind of keeping busy with it. Tedwin, we'll give it. Let me get Zenny, you would pick up on this pretty quick because you got the empathy and the intuition type stuff going on.
I'm not doing a whole lot with a single arm in a whatever kind
sling.
of like brace.
It's like it's like a kind of a molded brace type thing, monitoring it, so that too. It feels crappy, but you're looking over at your guys' pilot, and he's gonna probably get his arm replaced here at some point when he gets back to series.
Right.
So, let me see real quick here. I need to grab, that's right. Spreadsheet real quick. Your pilot, Mikhail, he's, do you want to keep, he doesn't mind trying to like monitor the ship and sit in the pilot seat like Myrtle, but he's also, he's not the person, he also is like, look, like if we get into a firefight or whatever it is, I'm not going to, like, this isn't, I'm going to need help basically. Like, I'm not going to be able to do it solo here. But he can definitely still like run a lot of like the basic mechanics. And right now, with the number of ships that are going back to Ceres Station and the various stations like that too, no one's alone. No one's going to try to rob anyone out here. You're going to be facing down like a UN or a Martian dreadnought.
If it's like something weird happens and he has to call us, we can all just go right to station.
Yeah. So
he could keep an eye on things and autopilot.
And he's kind of. He's been off work basically for the last few days, and he kind of just didn't really have much to do while he was in the med bay on the behemoth. Now he's like, I'm actually back to work, and knowing Belter culture, this is pretty appropriate. Zanny, you pick up that the one person who's kind of kept their head out of the game and like really isn't like coming to like dinners is Tedwin. Tedwin seems kind of embarrassed about his like decisions and choices. He said he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't like actually kill anyone. He didn't stop the drum or some shit like that. But he was kind of like, he was
on the wrong side. He was on the wrong side.
Yeah, but he didn't he didn't pull the trigger on anybody or he's definitely not an Ashford. But you can definitely tell that Marid kind of like, you could see Marid punching him out at some point if he really wanted to. Like Marid got mad or taking it out on him.
Okay, then one of the meal times, that I noticed that he's still not coming to meals.
He kind of comes out and grabs his stuff and goes back to like the room. And he also has inside the room. He has the box that Dingo had with the empty tequila bottles in now and everything. And he kind of you can certainly spy on him in the room, but you do have security clearances if you wanted to.
No, what I plan to do is, if it's been enough time, I would know what kind of beverage Tedwin likes to drink, whether it is tea or coffee
he's
or
a tea
something
man.
else. Cool. I'm gonna get a coffee for myself and a tea for him, and I'm gonna go over, and I'm gonna knock on his door as best I can while holding two.
He's you hear him kind of yeah, come in. And he opens the door opens up, and he's like, you can tell you're pretty clear. He's probably been like maybe crying a little bit here and there. And he's like, Zenny, what can I do for you? He's like trying to compose himself a little bit.
Well, you can take this, and I'll hand the tea.
Oh, thank you.
It's hard to hold with the other hand. And I'll just like kind of come in if he was offering.
Yeah, sure, come on in. And he goes and sits back on the bunk, and there's like a small kind of like crash couch in the corner. Or not small, but it's a crash couch in the corner on that. And, what's up? Are we still heading back to the series?
I think so. That I think was the last thing I heard at least, but that's not what I really wanted to come here to talk to you about. You okay? I don't think anyone's really checked in on you after everything.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the right play would have been, and I guess you guys made the right play, the right choice, and I feel like it's my fault, I'm responsible.
You didn't shut down anything. You didn't threaten Martians.
But no, but
You just happened to be in the wrong place. That's it. No one's gonna. You didn't do anything. And that, in this case, was a wrong call. But that doesn't mean that you were a bad person.
Well, give me an empathy test, perception empathy.
Empathy. I really should get that skill on my next level because I use it all the goddamn much.
Yeah, he's kind of you can tell a thumbs up. He's thinking something.
Let's see. I'm gonna spend some fortune real quick.
And you guys have all your fortune back too. It's been about like 5 days since basically 5 days since Dingo died. Most people are trying to get out there, but they're trying to consolidate. The biggest problem they actually had getting out was like remanning ships. A lot of the ships were just abandoned because there's just no point in being on the ships.
Mm-hmm. I got an 18 double sixes, 6 on drama.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna let you get a shit ton of information here, Tedwin. So Tedwin,
worth all those points.
I leveraged my broken arm into his sympathies. No,
He's good at reading people.
He takes a second there, and you kind of pick up that one, he definitely feels guilty. That's clear. But his guilt seems higher than it probably should be. That he's like, I mean, it's like, if you voted for the wrong guy, that's one thing. But this is like, it seems like he did something. Like he actually does feel more directly responsible for the actions than he probably should.
Okay. I got excellent follow-up then. I kind of as he's kind of sitting in his feelings, and I look out, I kind of take him in a little bit. I just kind of look at him and say, is there a reason you feel like this is all your fault?
He says, look, like, I had access to everything that Dingo had. He was really trusting of me. And when I thought, you know, when Cortez said he was, you know, Cortez said he was going to, that this was hell and the devil was here, I believed him, and I thought we were going to stop. Ashford was going to stop this, whatever that evil place was, that evil from taking everyone else back home. And so when they got wind that I knew I was part of Dingo's entourage, I made sure to, like, I made sure to tell them where you guys were. I used my access to get that, and you know, I feel like if Dingo wasn't in that firefight, he'd be here today. And he looked at the box of Dingo's box, an empty bottle. So yeah, I mean, he's like, I'm at the least I'm embarrassed.
I raise my hand to stop him.
Okay.
I have a question for you. When you gave them our location, why did you do that? What were you trying to do?
I was trying to make sure that this I heard Hector talk. Hector just hit me. It took me back to, I remember hearing my minister as a kid say things like Hector said, and Hector Cortez is a big, like, minister on Earth. And he was on the ship, and he was the one kind of backing Ashford. And he's like, you know, it just reminded me of, like, I went back to that place of hearing about hellfire and damnation and being afraid. And I thought, you know, if we're gonna die, we might as well do some good. And I thought we were gonna die. I never thought we'd see our son again like this. And I have a chance to go back home, back to Earth. And he's like crying and shit. I mean, he was like fucking bawling. Like his guilt is not in doubt. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I failed the man that I dedicated myself to. You know,
Yeah, you did, and he died, and now you get to live, and you get to carry that with you. But what you don't get to do is to wallow in this. You get to remember what you did so that you can remember Dingo and tell people about him. That's what you get to do. You get to persist. You get to continue living where Dingo could not, so that you can tell people what Dingo did. Not what you did. Nobody's going to care what you did or didn't do. All right? You got to make sure that people remember Dingo as a man who actually did shit and not just said he was going to do things. That's what you get to do now.
yeah, no, I agree. I think I'm gonna when we I'm gonna get back and give my report to Fred. And from there on, I don't think I can keep on working with Tycho anymore. So I think I'm gonna take some time off after I get my report in. You know, so we're, you know, Dingo and I were making some money out here. Obviously, we weren't spending any of our own. So I'll take that time and go back for a little bit, go visit some family, figure out where to go from there. Yeah.
Take some time to grieve. There's a whole lot of coldness out here in space. Gotta learn to let it hurt so it can heal a bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, but he's like, I never saw Dingo never really talked about having family. And he talked about you guys and your family. And I guess the best thing to come out of this was that You guys gave him a family. That's the thing I'm actually most grateful for. He deserved better, and I wish I could have given it to him.
Well, you can start giving it to him now.
Yeah, I think that's for best. Listen, he's like, thanks for hearing me out, Zenny. You guys don't owe me shit. Don't owe me anything.
No, we owe Dingo.
Yeah, I think so
We've been
too.
along with him. So.
Yeah, I got all his metrics here, and honestly, he didn't really have any final wishes in terms of his remains, disposal of his remains. I'm not really sure where to go with it. He doesn't have much family left, or there's not much family left, or he has contact with.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done worrying about him. Remember, you only have one job now.
No, I got work to do for sure. A hell of a report here to file. But
We'll take care of Dingo, though.
he's like, you need to understand what it is, though. I sided with a monster. Cortez is in ruins. I mean, Cortez is a powerful man, and look at how he sided with Ashford, and all these people that side with Ashford have to live with that. And so I feel like, did I enable him? Did we just enable this guy to do this? So that's what I'm thinking, and I guess I'm just gonna ponder on that a little bit more. But look, I appreciate you guys extending your hand. Look, if you want to, and you guys have gone through some of Dingo's effects, but you haven't gone through it thoroughly. He's like, anything you guys want of Dingo's, it's yours. By right, you'd want it that way.
Is it all like collected in one like container, or is it kind of just around?
He's got like a
space?
duffel bag with like clothes and stuff. He had that box, like a lock box kind of set up, where he kept his own personal firearm.
Cool.
He does have some like interface gear for his his implants and everything like that too. Like there's special interfaces to check on it. He had like a data pad and everything too, extra data pad. A lot of it's kind of locked down. Tedwin's kind of like, he can unlock stuff for you, but he will say that like you may not want Tycho to get wind that you're unlocking their stuff.
Right.
But he does. This is a guy that right now, if you wanted to ask him for stuff, you can certainly take advantage of it.
Cool. I am going to kind of just start very matter-of-factly like collecting basically everything in the room that's not Tedwin's. And you said in the box that there was like the tequila bottle was empty now.
The empty tequila bottle, and then it's kind of like lined. It's a really nice lined box that would like basically, if the box got like tossed around the room, the bottle would stay intact.
Okay. And that's the only thing that's in that box?
As far as you know, unless you want to start checking into it more, like. But you know that Dingo talked about that bottle quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll I put everything in towards the door, and then I'll go back for that like lockbox situation, and I'll take the bottle out, and close the box, and I'll turn and I'll give it to Tedwin.
You give him a bottle?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He's like, it was a good drink. Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll definitely put up on a mantle when I get back. And he kind of goes and starts grabbing like some blankets to wrap it in and everything to make sure it's good. Yeah, no, I'll think about this one. I'll go see if I can get in a bottle this when I get back to Earth. I'll say this about Dingo. He always knew how to hunt down the best stuff to drink. So maybe retrace some of the steps. I got a lot of his contacts here. Maybe I'll call this guy out and get kind of see about that.
I'll just give him like a couple of claps on the shoulder and grab the rest of the stuff and bring it. I'll bring it to my room for now, just so it's not like just out in the space, because I want to do a quick. I want to do like a deep
Rifle?
scouring.
A rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little rifling
yeah.
through?
Well, I want to see.
Yeah.
I'm looking for, besides like the the data pad and stuff that I would need Tedwin's help for. I want to see if there's anything in there that would point to like
Okay.
anyone that he knew or enjoyed or anything like that who would want to.
The special people.
know.
All right, cool. We can do that. Let me go back to our XO, Wyatt. For the last few days, your captain has been just walking around in a robe. Pretty mellow, bunny slippers, robe. Pretty minimal, very comfortable clothing, to say the least. No one's really like questioning it. No one's like giving Myrtle any shit or anything like that too. But it definitely reflects some sort of, we'll say, self-care, advanced self-care situation. We'll say. This is my advanced self-care robe. You've never seen Myrtle like act like, aside from being like your casual at home or hanging out. This is like a few levels up. So as XO, this may be something of your concern.
Yeah, I'll pull her aside when she walks by me at some point, and I'll be like, "You doing okay?
I'm doing all right.
You're
okay.
looking a little laid back, kind of like maybe you've gotten into McMichael's stash or something."
Well, that would be a thing, wouldn't it? No, it's just, like when we all started together, how we were just so cozy and relaxed. And the more that we've kind of gotten involved with all these politics and immensely mind-blowing things are happening right now. And I kind of miss just our regular, easy, pick some stuff up, take it to this other place, pick some stuff up, take it to this other place, and, giving people rides and checking out some stuff. So, it's just a little to take in with everything that's happened. And you know what it's like. It's really hard, when you're in a military role, which is something I never thought I would ever do again, in losing crew, especially because we're a small crew and we're close. And while we've lost people who are not like our core family, I mean, that doesn't mean they weren't part of our family. So, it's just kind of hitting. I'll be fine. I think they're having us some downtime right now, to go home, maybe drop off Tycho, drop off what we need to drop off, get topped up, head over to Ceres, and, really go home. I think will do us all a bunch of good.
I agree. I think you should take some time and just, once we get back, just take a break from everything for a little while. Don't be captain for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody could use some time to, relax and not be part of this, this OPA Navy just for a few days. I mean, that's what we do. You know this. This is what we do. That's why you have shore leave, right? I think some shore leave will do us all a lot of good.
I agree 100%. We definitely need a little bit of a break to recoup and get our minds back in the right place, especially if we're going to go after Pope at some point.
Yeah, because I mean, we literally cannot do it in the state we're in right now. Even,
No.
If we were stocked up and ready to go, we'd still be a broken crew.
Mentally, we're
A
not
broken
there.
ship with a broken crew. I think right now, I think that, especially after this, the whole thing about, I definitely don't want to get into a firefight right now. So I think just being gentle is going to be good for everyone. Everybody here has got losses. And I know that's the way it is out here, in the belt. That's it's a hard life, but I think that we could all use for just some downtime and get caught up with these people that we miss and that we haven't been able to have contact with since we've been gone, So I think it'll be good for everybody to have that time, and maybe go. We could go have a drink and look at some of Onyx's art while we're there.
I like that. I think that's definitely something we need to do.
we can put something out there for Jackrabbit. See how she's doing. Touch base with these people who mean something to us.
Yeah. Let's make sure we do that.
Yeah. But if we have to spring to action, I'm all ready. I'm just, kind of getting my slippers and getting my chill while we take a gentle ride home.
Speaking of that, how far are we away from
Ceres?
Yeah.
It's like 2-3 months.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
got a little while.
You guys got some time, yeah. And you guys have enough food. That's really not the issue. It's more of this, like, med supplies are the scary thing, actually. And you're having to eat up quite a bit with Mikhail's arm. He's consuming a little bit of them here because he's got like the busted arm is probably he's gonna get it amputated probably or whatever's left of it. And Maria's been helping him out here and there. Having Maria back has just been good. Wax, so you've been hanging out with engineering, helping out with like the kind of checking on the repairs of the ship and the damage report with McMichaels, and Jan's been doing that too. And I mean, at this point in the thing, like McMichaels is like throwing caution to the wind, and he's just smoking where the fuck he wants to smoke.
Oh yeah.
And him and Yan are hanging out down. You guys been kind of hanging out smoking a little bit. Are you smoking? Do you partake? I can't remember if Waxer partakes.
Yeah. Waxer will this time because we all went through something, and I think McMichaels he real stepped up. So.
Yeah, he's kind of like
a little freedom, He took care of the ship while we were doing other things. So
yeah, and he's like, he's kind of sitting there smoking. And he's like, yeah, he's telling you, he's like, I don't really care right now because like we're all just kind of like, he's like, I'm not trying to make a pun here, but we're all kind of limping home,
Yeah,
and so I figure just try to ease the pain as best we can. And Yan smokes a little bit, and he's like, oh man, he's like, Yan's just like, I can't believe they killed Sam on board. I can't believe all. He's just like, Yan's kind of like in like disbelief and definitely some sort of shock with the whole circumstance for sure.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people. Yeah, it's a lot to take in, and I mean, we lost our crew. We almost lost Zenny. I mean, yeah, it makes you wonder what are we doing out here, anyways.
Yeah, Yan takes a drag off and passes it to McMichael. They're back to smoking joints versus like doing the whole like vape thing. And Yan's like, he's like, let me tell you, man. He's like, if Zanny wasn't alive, none of us would be coming out of there. Like, I wish you all understood how tough she actually is.
Oh, I seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, I mean, she was getting shot, floating around, but she was still with us, still fighting. So yeah,
man.
Tough one, that one.
Oh man, we always kind of joked about when I was kids about getting boarded by the Martians or whatever it is, MCR coming in, and I always said I worry about the Martian Marine that pisses her off the wrong day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I just don't know. I was trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, man. I guess I'm enlisted. I guess we're in this thing.
Yeah, you're doing good. Just focus on. We're gonna help get the ship running since we got to fill in a couple spaces. Since people aren't around, we're short crew. So you're doing a good job. Just stay under McMichael's wing.
Yeah, McMichael takes his drag and he passes it to you, Waxor. He's like, if anything, man, OP's got an excess of ships now. We're bringing back. He's like, we're bringing back like 5 ships with skeleton crews on them.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of. If they want to equip Medina Station, that's a lot of work. Yeah, he's like, what are they gonna have to do that, man? And he's like, well, the guns are worthless. I don't know what they can do with the guns if the thing ain't moving. It's like that's a lot of gonna be a lot of soil to put in to start farming, a lot of materials, a lot of food, a lot of energy. I mean, a lot of pellets for the fusion reactors. They'll last a long time. They're not firing the engines in that thing. That thing will. You could put a pellet in that and last for like 100 years. I don't know, man. It's like it's gonna be interesting seeing our station built out there, though. But
yeah,
I guess if they want to keep it there, they want to keep it there.
You think we're gonna go back out there? Yeah, again. And
well, he's like, and so you see McMichael's go over the screen, and like Zanny, you're kind of checking your stuff, and you can see like all like suddenly like the sensors on the ship are being accessed down to engineering. And he's like, you can see where the UN and MCR are sending all these probes through. They're sending hundreds of the things through. They're gonna check out what all these things are out there.
They're gonna get their claim.
You think there's something on the other side of those things?
I mean, I think so. I think once we get our ship running, we should go back out and check it out. What's there? But you know, that's up to the captain. We also looking for somebody else. So we'll see what happens.
Yan's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I saw what that one little ball in the middle of that zone did.
Yeah.
I'm scared. He's like, there could be, and there's 1,300 of these things. I mean, one of them is bound to be more powerful than that thing, and there's bound to be someone out there.
Yeah, something.
And McMichael takes the dragon. He's like, I wonder if they're mad we're fucking with their shit.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh man, they're gonna come looking for something. We turned a lot. I don't know. That whole dude turned a lot of stuff on.
Yeah. Something's out there, and they'll probably be looking to see. Yeah, there's a lot more exploring to be. A lot of answers to found out there.
Michael sticks. He goes, "Hey, Waxman, man. Hey, you meet that Holden dude?"
Nah, a little bit. I mean, he's shorter than I thought, but yeah,
What?
and you know, he grown some weird beard, but
Man,
yeah, he seemed all right.
Man, at least he was on our side, I guess. So he ain't that bad.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he was on our side. I mean, you know, I got to see. Yeah, I saw him. He looked a little pale, but yeah.
I think we're all a little paler coming out of that.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's one thing we lost in there. There's a lot of blood.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he looked at me one time and you know, give me a nod and stuff. Yeah. So he knew what I was doing, you know. So who knows? Maybe I got on his crew one day. Never know.
No, man, maybe. He's like, but yeah, man, look at all these probes they send them through. They just pile them through. They're gonna be out here looking for that for years. There's a lot to look at.
Yeah.
But they already setting up relays to talk to the behemoth, so we can now talk to the people inside. That's cool.
Yeah, that'll be real handy on get the channels open, you know.
Yeah.
Then we'll get back out.
Look, man. McMichael's the kind of thing. He's like, what do you think, Western man? You guys captain gonna stick with Dawes and all? I mean, it is his ship.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to the cap or the XO, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I know we want the ship and it's Dawes, so I don't know.
Look,
I don't know what she could do.
McMichael's he takes another dragon. He goes into his instigator mode, and he goes. All right, man. So let me get this straight. Some Koyo, like James fucking Holden, can steal a Martian ship and keep it for years on end, avoid Martians, but the captain here can't just take a ship from Anderson fucking Dawes. I don't know, man. I think she could. I think she could. I you know.
Myrtle, she's smarter than the cap's smart.
Yeah, exactly. She's smart, you know, and she ain't going around, you know, fucking putting bullshit into fucking alien shit and getting fucked on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a fist fight, I think Holden could take her, but like, although I think the captain, I could see the captain being a biter.
Oh yeah. She got a stun gun too. I see.
Yeah. No, she always keeps a stun gun. There's always a stun gun there.
Yeah, right by the chocolate. Right by the chocolate. Watch out.
Well, she'd lure you in.
Mm-hmm.
And then she.
Oh yeah. You want a chocolate? Zap. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets you with the fangs.
Deadly.
She's scary, man. Hey man, how's she doing, dude? She
I don't know.
Yan's like, yeah, man, like she's wearing a robe a lot. You okay?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I never seen her. She always got the slippers on, but I think everything that's been happening, yeah, maybe the cap's, you know, she's feeling some emotions, yeah. But
Okay.
we should just be, let's talk, you know, you see Cap, just talk her up, be real nice, do your job, duties. Maybe we'll clear out some of the smoke and stuff, and just we do an extra good job.
I don't think he kind of Yan's like, we're not supposed to smoke down here, and McMichael's like, dude, no one fucking cares at this point. Like he's like, there's fucking little.
Hey, McMichael's, maybe slip one into the Cap's bunk.
Well, I was about to ask you, man. You know, if she wants to come down here, she don't come down here too often. Maybe she wants to come down and like, you know, hang out and take a quick one, you know. And she welcomes any time.
Hey, the Cap's been known to do that. I don't put it past her. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she was that cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, yeah. I thought there ain't much for us to do down here, man. The damn report's all ready to go. We're actually gonna get ready to beam it out to Ceres, man. we should be seeing some tight beams coming in the next hour or so. Yo, man, I think, and so, Zanny, you're starting to get alerts. You guys, as soon as you got through, started sending materials back to Siri Station, kind of basic stuff. They've sent the damage report, so basically Siri's is ready, like gonna ready everything when you guys arrive in 2 months. All the kind of protocol, but you start getting the messages in. You get in messages from, they get relayed through. There's quite a few for the captain. And it's about 2 weeks of messages. You get quite a few from the captain. You get some from like, there's some from Tycho Station coming up that are kind of encrypted and classified. Pretty sure they're for Dingo. You get one from Jackrabbit. You get one from, there's quite a few of them coming through. And you're welcome to distribute them or let people know about them or let them through into the system as you want to.
Yeah. The message from Jackrabbit I'm immediately going to send to Wyatt.
Okay. All right, it gets forwarded to Wyatt.
Yeah. I mean, the captain stuff I'm obviously going to send to the captain.
Okay.
Dingo stuff. Oh, I'm going to keep that, put that in my pocket and secretly go and see if I can get that decoded with Edwin.
Alright. Who wants to go first? Did Myrtle or Wyatt want to go first?
Oh, also, I did want to look through his stuff. So whenever that happens,
we'll get you the when you get off this shift. We'll say it's a between shift action.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll open up Jackrabbit.
All right. See, it comes up and it's like Jackrabbit, like doing like the panic Jackrabbit thing, going like, Big Papa, why you go through ring? That's the stupidest thing. You chase James Holden. James Holden's a fool. Like it's just like it's like a panic Jackrabbit, like bouncing around, like kind of talking about like just running gear to the ring, like they're getting ready to do relief efforts, and like how could you be so foolish? And it's probably from like 5, 6, 7 days ago, and it's just Jackrabbit like telling you better come home. All this kind of shit like that. I mean, it's nothing specific, but it's kind of like you're guessing there's a good chance Jackrabbit might have been drinking before it, and did it in their off time because they're definitely like in like a bunk room or something like that.
I'll send her back a message saying, you know, everything that went down, how we're all doing, and that we're headed back safe and sound and no bullet holes.
Yeah, okay. You like lift up your shirt and show there's no bullet holes.
They're old. They're starting to heal, but
yeah,
I'm good.
All right. We go to Myrtle. You have like a dozen messages from your wife coming through. They're all like, you know, some were sent right before you guys went through the ring, and then some were sent most were sent during the time for the ring. Do you want me to give you the gist of them?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just panicked. They're like, you know, I'm hoping you come home. You know, I'm talking to other people here on series that have people that went through the ring. You know, I trust you. I know you're gonna do what's right. You know, it's you got, and some were like, you got to come home. Some were like her, even like you can tell that she's kind of thought like maybe you were like dead. I mean, because it had been over like a week. You know, you've been there. So it's a very big range of emotional responses. And she's like, no one in the OP is telling us anything. I started talking to other people that have people through the ring. You can hear she's like been talking to some people here that are loved ones that went through also.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send her a message. I assume we're still too far out to.
It'll take like a couple hours. I mean, to get a response. I mean, you're talking like probably like 6 hours or something.
Yeah. I'll stay casual, but not in my sad robe.
Okay.
I'll take off my sad robe and just be casual. Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of do take a second, like compose yourself and make yourself like more like cordial.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have you do a check on this because I'm gonna have you do a like a communications performance check to try to like, because I feel like you're trying to play it up. Like you're trying to pretend a little bit, we'll say. Yeah, performance. Or expression. Your choice. No, communications is pretty decent for you, so.
Communication. Okay, so that's 9, 13.
13, okay. I mean, you kind of put yourself together. It has the semblance of it. You know, it's not your best, but you kind of put it through. And what do you want to say to her?
Hey, my love. Just want to let you know we're back out of the ring and everything is copacetic. It's been an interesting time and we're on our way home. Just to let you know, everything is fine. But we do need to kind of refuel, restock, and kind of get back out there and, support our Navy. So, hey, we're doing fine. Everybody, the whole family, we're all still together. Everything is great. Really, I mean it.
That is a deception check. We've had this conversation about lying to wives on the show.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. All right. 5, 7, 11.
It sounded like an 11 deception.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but then I'm going to kind of pull myself together. And I was just like, no, seriously. It has been a little bit of a trial that we've been out here. I've got a lot of stuff to share with you when we get home. But just know that we're all in one piece, mostly.
Mostly.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And mostly. We're on our way home. So we'll see you soon.
So you kind of come off on the high end with that, and that feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you keep it together, but she'll see right through you.
Yeah.
You know that. You know that as you sent it. But fuck it, you're not gonna get. If you try, it's kind of one of those things where if you try to do it again, it's gonna be worse. Second time around.
And so, well, you know what? Just in case anybody is listening and they don't know me that well, they might think everything is great.
Yeah.
Because I don't put it past Dawes or whomever to not listen into my conversations with my wife.
Zenny, you get do you want to look at the dingo messages first, or do you want to go through his stuff?
Let's go through stuff, because then I can just take the messages and the data pad stuff to.
You pull. He has his lockbox, which had the tequila, and it held his gun. And it's got like he took all the clips of ammunition with him. You guys have all that stuff. His gun isn't like anything fancy. It's not like
I will keep it though.
It's not as nice as yours.
Yeah, but I eventually will learn how to dual wield, and then I'll be a menace.
So you go ahead and you can put this gun back in the case if you want to, but you can also you go through his duffel bag. He has mostly pretty nice clothes. It looks like he has a nice set of clothes ready to go. Like if he had to have a formal meeting, this would be his kind of like business suit, if you will. Most of them are kind of this like sports casual thing. Kind of just basic stuff to walk around and keep warm in and do what you need to do in there. It's a little earther oriented. Like the fashion is definitely not as functional as you're used to, but it'll work in a pinch. And he's got like some other personal just hygiene stuff in there. Nothing really special. This pretty basic stuff. Just kind of what he brought from home. Maybe like a bar of soap.
Jacket?
He does have a jacket, yeah.
What does it look like?
It's like a it's kind of like a casual sports jacket type thing, kind of a little sporty. There's also the formal jacket that goes with the suit. None of it fits you. You're too tall.
I'm stretched.
Yeah, you're very stretched out. So he's, if you wanted to certainly like try to have a tailor or something like that, I mean, you could if you really wanted to, but or have it reprinted in a way, recycled or something like that. But yeah, he has all that. He does have you did find on his persons, he had like a small like combat knife, not even a combat knife. It's more of like a pretty decent pocket knife, honestly. Just kind of a multi-tool type thing, general thing. And you saw him use it a few times for security stuff. And then he has this pair of data pads. He has the one that his primary one, then he has the secondary one he kept on the ship. And then the box. What do you? And the box, like I said, it's a lined box. It's like padded and everything around to keep the gun a pair of clips, and the bottle safe.
And there's nothing in it now. Like I've assumed that I've been taking stuff out and just kind of like laying it out.
I mean, you'd have to cut into the padding of it if you wanted to.
Thankfully, I have a multi-tool
You
now.
do now. This is true.
And I don't have
everything.
Thought of everything. And I don't have a bottle to protect, and I'm gonna be keeping the gun on me, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'll see. Just make sure there's
cutting
nothing
through
there.
it, and as you do, you feel the knife clip on something kind of hard in there.
As in,
Like there's something.
I was cutting through, and it
you're
hit
cutting,
something.
You're cutting through, and all of a sudden, like the edge of the knife clips on something that you're like, that shouldn't be there. Or that it feels weird to clip something there.
Okay, I will.
You can just rip it open. I mean, it's freaking. It's.
Yeah. I'll try to rip it.
You rip it open, and there's like inside of it, you see this little small like kind of composite metal like container. It's about yay big. It's not very big. It's like this big, but it's pretty hardened. Like it's almost like armored. Probably vacuum sealed, honestly, if anything, too. Kind of thing that if you wanted to cut through it, you need to go down to the mechanic shop to do so. You know.
Okay. I'll
But,
put that in my pocket. That'll be trip number 2 today.
And you've seen things like this. They're usually like personal item, like lock boxes, kind of thing. You don't really.
Yeah, but it's only like not even
like this big. Yeah, it's not very big.
Yeah,
and then it has, and then
like business card size or like a little bit
no,
bigger.
more like rectangular, like this kind of thing. Like a little bar, and then maybe like the size of like a Snickers bar. Let's go with that.
Okay.
And but what's interesting is usually on these you kind of usually see like either like a key code thing, or you see a like a key lock on it or something like that. And there's nothing like that. It's completely smooth. But you don't see any way to open it, at least like offhand.
Okay.
Then what else do you want to do?
Well, I have the data pad, which I assume I cannot access.
I mean, Ted was willing to open it for you if you wanted him to, but
Yeah, that if there was nothing else than that, I want to take the data pad to Tedwin to both open that data pad and also see if he can decrypt the transmission that was coming in for.
And yeah, Tedwin pulls it up and he has the data pad and he goes through it and he opens up the message and it's from Fred, and Fred is like, you guys, he's like, you and Bull, he's like, I'm hoping I need to hear back exactly what's going on in there as soon as you get through the gate. You know, it's basically like Fred is like, whatever the hell's going on there, like, I need to know it. You can kind of tell that Fred Johnson's the kind of guy that does not like not knowing what's happening. And this was very much him not knowing what was going on for weeks.
Yeah.
Especially after he like championed retrieving the Naboo, and then to the Behemoth, and now whatever the station's going to be called in the future.
Yeah. Zenny makes a mental note to ask if Wyatt would send him a message because the captain's not exactly at their best right now, and that may not look real great to have captain in their current state talking to Fred Johnson. But okay, well, thanks, Edwin. And then
And he's like, will probably be another transmission coming through from Fred. We sent him the OPA sent everyone the information of everyone we recorded. It's not coming home. He's gonna be mad about Bull for sure.
I think if that's the only thing that he's mad about, then he has very low priorities.
Well, I'll say this about Fred. He's always thinking bigger picture. I'll leverage this into something.
Yeah.
Ugh. And you start going through.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through?
I'm gonna go through the data pad as I'm heading down to get this little box open.
It's mostly like at this point you kind of see a few pictures of him here and there, stuff like some kind of posts. He really kind of kept a low profile, and most of what it is just kind of like procedures and security procedures that he follows. A lot of documentation from Tycho. Very much when you talk about being the company man, he is the company man. He does the job. You can see the orders he got from Fred Johnson for this job. You can see the orders that Bull got for the job. There's not, the problem was like they were really pretty much the OP Navy, as much as you know, was winging it. Their operations at the ring, they were very much winging. Just have a presence was the goal.
Yeah, I mean, Sunny knew that.
Yeah. This is it in black and white though, in like formal orders. It's kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Comforting to know that the ones that were quote unquote highest up had no idea what the hell they were doing. That's super comforting.
Yeah, it was a little wacky there. So yeah, but you guys, you go through it, and you can kind of find out his history a little bit. There's like, he's got appointments, he's got like his medical history on there. There's stuff about him talking about being like, there's the information where he was raised on Luna. You do find like kind of an address history. He does have an apartment on Luna. And that could be handy into the location for sure. The data pad though is rigged in a way that it doesn't copy over. Like you can't just grab all the information and copy it over.
Right.
It's a higher end security data pad. The other one he has is pretty much just synced to this one. They're almost identical in terms of how they're operating. They've actually been syncing since they've been in proximity to each other again. Yeah, I mean, is there anything you're looking for specifically regarding him?
No. Well, okay. I'm snooping. I want to just make sure I'm going through like messages that he's sent and seeing like, because we were with him for a long time.
Yeah.
But also kind recognizes kind, and I am someone who keeps a lot of things close to my chest, as was he. So like I want to make sure that there isn't something else that was going on that he wasn't telling us. So that's kind of my reasoning besides sentiment.
You do see some reports in there about the crew. He does have kind of some ideas that he looks like stuff he was going to send back to Fred. He does have his original like assessment of you guys when you guys were on Tycho Station, and how he does kind of compare. There's some other team assessments in there too, the people he was actually looking at. Like you guys weren't the only ones, and a lot of it seems like that initial encounter on Tycho was an interview, but you guys weren't told you're being interviewed. And that's kind of how he plays the game. But you can kind of see how he, as you look at the reports over time, he softened to you guys and got more and more favorable. And there is one line in the report that he says about like how like welcoming and inclusive you are of him, and how like suspicions of him were like got a lot lowered pretty quickly. Not that he was going to take advantage of that, but he did kind of label that as like a potential asset if needed. But that's also kind of his security company man mentality kicking in.
Right.
So.
Cool. Well, I will eventually be giving all of this information to everyone as well, but yeah, I want to just make sure I go down and see if I can get this box open.
You got the little box, and you head down to the mechanic shop, and you come in, and like you come in through the hatch, and you can see McMichaels and Yan and Wax are all standing there, and they're all like standing around smoking. I mean, they've been smoking pretty hard down here, talking. And usually they would have done this, but yeah, they're like, they don't seem to give a shit. Like McMichaels definitely is kind of leading the pack here in terms of irresponsibility, but he's yeah. So they're kind of standing there, and they're not really smoking anymore, but they've been smoking, and they see you come down. They go, "It's
Oh,
Dan's
hey.
like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on? This what to bring you down here?"
I mean, I guess y'all were having a party.
Well, I think McMichaels goes, "It's a celebration of life."
Yeah, we're decompressing down here a little bit.
And he points to that guy. Yeah, that one.
That's fine. Who here has the steadiest hands right now?
I mean, McMichael's kind of goes up, and Yan kind of goes up, and Waxer kind of goes up, and McMichael's go. What you need a steady hand for?
Yeah.
I pull out the box. I need someone to cut this open and not cut whatever's inside.
McMichael's goes to take it. He goes. Yan kind of he holds it. Yan kind of thing. He goes. I'm gonna. Do you need it anytime soon? Is this time sensitive? Is what they're asking.
I mean, I guess not.
Might take a while.
McMichael's goes. Yeah, it's gonna take a few days. This kind of carbon. The Martians use this on their lockboxes for their launch codes on their ships.
Where'd you get this? Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, where'd you get something like this from? Where's the? And he's like looking. He's like, where the hell is the slot on this thing? How do you open it? Is this like a puzzle? Okay, I mean, Michael's kind of fumbling with it. Puzzle. He's trying to look. He's like tapping at it and shit.
I mean, I'm
spins it.
looking at the way to open it, and I just kind of point towards McMichaels and Yan.
And he goes, yeah. He's like, I don't know nothing like this. Waxer, you take a look at it. I mean, like, it's like a little. You can tell there's something in it, like for sure. It's not like a solid piece. It doesn't weigh that much, but like it's like weird, like whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you found it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I'll get them opening it up. No questions asked. Yeah. McMichaels, you got steady hands, man. You've been rolling all those joints, yeah?
Yeah, man. I got steady hands on it. I gotta go prep tools for this thing, though, man. Like we don't have stuff that cuts like this just out of the around. I have to go
make some, huh?
Make something a little bit, rig something a little bit. I mean, we can get it. Belters get through anything. We cut anything down, but don't take time.
Yeah. We'll handle it.
Take time. Just don't break it.
Yeah, Yan gets kind of in a brother mode. He goes, where the hell did you get this from?
That's none of your business.
You kind of makes fun. He goes, none of my business.
I just slap his shoulder.
Yeah,
hey, how's your arm doing? Yeah, better.
I kind of wince a little bit as I slap with the arm that hurts. It's fine.
Yeah. You do that thing where like
I forget that my arm is broken.
Yeah, well, he can't hit you back because it'll look really bad. So yeah. He was like, all right, yeah, we'll take a shot at it, man. Give us something to do for the next, 2 weeks at least. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. Well, I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know how thick it is. I gotta go check it out, and they gotta bring tools.
Just get it done, yeah. Get it done as fast as you can without breaking it, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head back with Zenny wherever she's headed back.
So, Myrtle.
Oh wait! As we walk back, though.
Yeah, I'll be like, "Where'd you get that?"
you guys go to the cargo hold. You guys going up to the top of the ship, yeah.
Okay. So, I want to keep it a secret in case it's something bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't dingo stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some on his personals. Yeah. Okay. I'll let him know.
And the captain's got enough on their mind right now, and Wyatt's had to take up a little bit of the slack, and that's fine. But I don't want to, this is our secret, but actually a secret this time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know me, secrets.
I know you. That's why I'm saying it's got to be an actual secret this time.
Okay. Yeah. You got it. Yeah, the Cap all right? Yeah, she good. Boss man's good.
I don't know.
Everybody been asking about that robe. They seen her rocking around the deck with a robe. People are concerned.
All right. Between you and me, she cares a lot, but she's too soft.
We lost crew. Maybe that hit Cap hard. She got a big heart,
Yeah.
Well,
it's gonna take time.
Maybe we gotta do something cheer up Cap. Or just, I don't know, something like that. I'll think of something.
Maybe we should bake her something when we get back to the station.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll make a belter treat. Okay, yeah, all right. I think the old cook, I forgot his name, but
Yuri.
Yuri.
The one that died?
Yuri,
Yeah.
you know.
Yuri?
I think
Good old
Yuri.
dead Yuri.
Your fellow refugee from Ganymede?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Well, I don't got this. I don't have the spreadsheet link.
Whoops.
Oh, I need to put the spreadsheet up? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Yuri got some good old recipes in his locker. I'll go grab them later. He used to make these one treats. They were super good. So yeah, I'll do that with some fungus. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll get some of McMichael's and I'll put it in there and we'll bake us something special.
Belter special.
Belter special.
Yeah, maybe we do a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You eat this and you'll visit every moon in the Saturn system.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, you'll go anywhere, man.
And then
I'll be flying for sure.
Yeah.
we kind of we'll honor Yuri's recipe that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So put it one of yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good idea.
Let's see
Don't
how
tell anyone.
Myrtle's doing. Which of you? I think it was. Who was it? Was that Wyatt or was that Myrtle? I'm trying to remember offhand now. Who got the thing slipped to them?
Wyatt.
Wyatt. So you've been pondering this little thing that like this
the little like flash drive essentially
yeah,
from
it's
Dingo.
like a you thought it was like a flash drive, but it's not a flash drive. It's like some sort of like weird kind of card thing, but it's not like a memory card or something like that. It's some sort of weird card thing. You're not really sure what the fuck it is, honestly. But it's something that Dingo slipped to you like shortly before his passing.
If I look at it long enough, can I figure out what I can do with it?
Give me a security test. Let's see if you know what this kind of device is, or if you kind of dig through it a little bit. It's very nice. It's made of a nice material. It's like a black kind of like metallic thing. Very difficult. I mean, and it's pretty hard. Like you think if you fired your gun at it point blank, it would deflect the bullet.
I see a theme. Dingo's got some high quality stuff.
Double floors.
What did you get? 14 double fours?
Yeah.
You want to spend some fortune on that? Can you push that to a 16?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you push it to a 16. You start looking at it, and it houses something. You kind of like you think it houses some sort of like the equivalent of like an RFID. It's like a radio frequency thing inside of it. And you scan it with your data pad, but it's not coming back with anything. Your data pad says there's some sort of signal, but it's nothing readable. It's just like garbage, like a random string of bullshit coming off of it. And it's and you have to like put your data pad really close to it to read it. Like you have to get a really proximity to it, like almost touch it.
Wonder if I'd like to see if maybe I could. Is Dingo's data pad around?
I mean, you saw Zenny like carry it out, and
I would have been on the way to like when Wax and I were together. I would have been like on the way to go to wherever Wyatt is to give an update about that.
The ship is like a fucking dorm setup. I mean, all the rooms are on the same floor, so like you can't really like if you're coming out of someone's room, everybody kind of knows type thing.
Yeah.
And Wyatt, you're the RA, so
I will go looking for Zenny.
You look for Tedwin?
Zenny first.
Oh, Zenny, okay. So yeah, Zenny's around. You see that Zenny's in cargo bay right now. You can see Zenny kind of talking to Waxer and the like.
Nice smelling here, guys.
Well, it's actually not. It's down a level, but Waxer does smell.
No, Waxer's been like in it. for a
Waxer
while.
reeks out. And you can see. If you didn't know better, you think there was a fire down in the mechanic shop, like with the smoke coming through the. You've turned the hatch into a chimney.
Yeah, they're hotboxing down there.
I'll just kind of make sure it wafts away from.
Yeah, the air filters are kicking on. They're doing the job.
Hey Zenny, you got Dingo's data pad.
Oh yeah, I was actually on my way to get it to you, and I'm gonna I'll flip it on and I'll.
Yeah. It's open.
Yeah, I got Tedwin to open up. There was also there was a message that came through from Fred Johnson for Dingo asking for an update, and I mean he's not gonna get one, but maybe you want to send him something while the captain's kind of taking some time, just to give him an update as to why Dingo's not responding.
Yeah, I'll do something about that here in a little bit. Not right now. I want to try something. I'm gonna put the
Little card thing.
up against Dingo's.
Okay. It is this little slim card up this big, very thin, and it comes up and the thing tries to read it, and it's like just comes back with the same gibberish.
What's that?
I don't know. Where's Ted one? Is he in his room still?
Then you get a glimpse of it. The material part looks very similar to the little box you had.
Okay. I hold my hand out without answering your question as to where Ted one is. Can I see it?
And the data pad too.
No, that other thing.
Oh, hey, that
Hand it
looks.
to you.
And it looks like a stick. It looks,
Yeah.
it's like the size of a stick of gum. Like it's not very big, but it's also equally hard. And like once again, you're pretty sure like if you fired your gun point blank at it, the bullet would just crumple on this thing or throw it across the room. But yeah.
Let's
I'm gonna
try
hand
it.
you. I'm gonna hand you back the data pad and very quickly head back downstairs.
Yeah, you go back downstairs, climb back
with
downstairs.
an urgency.
And you can see McMichaels has this thing like in a vice, and they're running scans on it,
Yeah.
trying to like figure out what's inside of it. And then like they're currently like having like the printers put together like tools, and like they're pulling actually a lot of materials. They don't have a cutting tool yet. That's the problem. They have to kind of reconfigure it.
Great. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll hop down there and I'll say, hey, hang on, and I'll like try to try to undo it.
McMichaels, whoa, Zenny, you're not registered. You don't have the proper clearance to operate this type of vice. And he kind of goes over to it and pushes some buttons, and he's like, and the vice kind of releases, and he grabs it and he goes, safety first. And he's like looking at the XO as he says that and shit, smiling. Try not to smell. Like, you know?
Yeah. I'm just at Waxer's just like.
haze.
Yeah. You can't even see his eyes. Yeah. No, but he hands you the tape and he goes, yeah.
What's the size comparison? Like if the boxes say this big lengthwise, what's the size of the card? Is it the same?
It's like maybe half the length of it. And,
Okay.
and it's like maybe 2 millimeters thick. I mean, it's not very thick at all. Maybe a millimeter.
I'll just like hold the box in one hand, like open palm, and I'll just kind of like start rubbing it over like starting one edge and like going around.
Okay, so you kind of move it around, and at some point, as you're looking at it, you feel like the box kind of like rumble a little or kind of move a little bit, and you can hear like a motor inside kind of like kind of a low whining in it. You can feel the vibration through your hand, and eventually the one side of it kind of like opens up a little bit, like probably
like a drawer.
Yeah, like a really small drawer, maybe like 5 millimeters. It opens up, but it looks like it's now ready to like open up and like slide open up.
I will pull it open.
You have one hand.
Oh, I'll put the RFID in my pocket and pull it open.
Okay. So you kind of go ahead and you kind of rig it in your hand. Your hand still works, but you kind of hold it and you pull it, and like it opens up, and you can see inside of it. It looks like a drive of some sort, not a thumb drive, but like some sort of like data encrypted like backup drive you would use. It's very high quality, kind of thing that doesn't like break easily. This whole thing looks like it was meant to survive whatever. Honestly, you probably could have put this through like a nuclear explosion. It probably would have done okay.
I'll like pick that out and like put the box in my pocket, and I'll turn towards Wyatt and say, "Where did you get this? Where did you get that key?"
Dingo gave it to me right before he kicked it.
Oh,
What is that? What is that?
some kind of drive or something. But that box was hidden in his stuff.
Guess he knew that we were going to go through his stuff.
Oh, he knows us good.
Look, he's got nice stuff. He knew someone was going to go through it.
Let's find a way to see if we can see what's on this drive.
Is it something that I could put into like a port into his data pad?
Yeah, I mean, you can interface a data pad with it and see what happens.
I'll do it with his data pad because his data pad probably it's fine. It's also probably not linked to
You
our
go
shelf.
pull this data pad, you put it on it, and it doesn't have to get too close to it, but it pulls up and it starts pulling up all this information. It looks like it's like a combination of like like basically his like deeds to his apartment, some holdings he has, some bank accounts he has. This is a guy that didn't spend a lot of money, it looks like. Or when he did, he blew it on like kind of cool stuff like alcohol and shit. You can see that back home on Luna, he had like a personal cart. You can see where he had like rainy day funds. It's quite a bit of money, to be honest, all things considered. And you remember him talking about that too. Like, you can have all this money out here, but what's the fucking point of it?
Yeah.
The slow zone. Don't take your currency, guys.
Yeah.
It dealt in blood, type situation.
Yeah.
So.
Did he just deed us everything he's ever had? Just
I
that
mean,
was it.
if he hit it like this, there's a good chance we're the only ones who know about it. So I guess in a way.
Maybe we should go talk to the cap about this. You should put that back in the box. It seems like a good safe spot for it.
Yeah. Put it in there, slap it closed.
And it's like there's like stuff to like security deposit boxes. There's like a list of probably like 3 of those, several bank accounts. There is like I said, the deed to his apartment, the deed to this. He actually had a pretty nice little driving cart back on a little, not like a sports car, but it's like the equivalent of a sports car. There's like a list of, and the one thing that's interesting, there's actually a deed to some property on Earth too. It looks like you're not really sure. I mean, you've never seen a deed to property on Earth, Zenny, so you're not really sure how to read it. The captain might be able to read it, but it's really weird to look at. You're like, usually it's just like, hey, here's your address and this is where you are, but this is actually more of like acreage, and you're like, what the fuck is an acre? Yeah, so, but I'm sorry, chat, you were wrong. It was not a Whitesnake MP3 player.
No.
It's the it's the original. It's the original master tapes. Here I go.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, okay. So you go ahead. The cap's kind of sitting in the room, chilling out. Do you have the door open, Myrtle, or what you doing?
Yeah,
you got the door open. Did you put your vest back on, or you go back to robe?
I'm back in vest.
Back in vest. Okay. So the captain's like more dressed than you've seen them for the last like few days.
Hey, Cap.
A little better.
Whoa. All 3 of us.
What's up, everybody?
Sorry, didn't mean to like just barge in on you and kind of make you feel uncomfortable.
Oh no, that's what I'm here for. What's up?
Listen, right before Dingo passed on, he slipped me this, and I'll show her the thing.
Okay. And it just looks like a piece of metal. I mean, the size of a stick of gum.
This is the least interesting part of this, and I'll
Hold up the box.
Okay. And there's like a matching box.
Yeah, I'll do whatever she did to unlock it.
And the box actually looks like when you look at it, Myrtle, it kind of reminds you of like the one like single use, like really fancy like cigar box your dad would have, but like much higher quality. But there's no holes on it, there's no gaps on it, and then he runs the card over it, and you hear like the little whirring, and the lid kind of comes up and it just slides open.
Oh.
And there's like what looks to be like a memory crypt. It's kind of a high quality, like military grade memory crypt type thing. This would be what you would put like encrypted data on to transfer ship to ship, and like quote unquote sneaker netting it, that is like running it from as a person or whatever it is.
Right.
Pretty
Well,
cool
this
box.
is really interesting.
It's still not the most interesting part. The box is cool, and I'd really like to keep that because that is probably the coolest box I've ever seen.
Oh, we found something at Dingo's. He gave us something.
Okay.
I'll grab.
That was.
You still got Dingo's data pad? There's any?
Yeah, I'll just pull it up, all this stuff.
You pull up and it's this list of like holdings. He's got some stock options from Tycho. He's got several lock boxes on Luna. He's got one on Earth. He's got his apartment deed in there. He's got a bunch of stuff that's listed in there directly off of this thing. As you guys are doing this, you guys are kind of crowded in the captain's room. The Tedwin kind of like comes over and he's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, I heard you guys talk about Dingo."
Nope.
Hey,
Uh,
Tedwin, what's up? Everybody just came to see how I was doing.
I was looking forward to Wyatt's intimidation check.
Nope.
Turn around. But yeah, he's like, okay.
And
I just thought you guys were talking about Dingo. I'm sorry.
How well did you? I mean, outside of your business with him, how well did you know Dingo?
I mean, he'd go off and drink a little bit, and I'd hang out with him and everything like that too. He's fun at a party, good talker. I always kind of worried like how much of him I really saw.
See more than what we did.
Yeah, I knew him pretty well, but he always kind of played some things close to the chest. But I mean, I suppose that's what being a security chief officer involves. But he always trusted me. I guess
Until
until
personal life outside of all this. What do you know about outside?
I mean, I knew he was raised on Luna, and then went for treatment on Earth with his condition. They resolved it. Tycho, when he got hired by Tycho, I know he had like been top of a class on university, and he got pretty good at. He self-taught himself echolocation as a child, and then Tycho got really interested in that and put a lot of money into him. And he didn't really spend much. I mean, there really wasn't much to spend out here. He's like, guys like Fred Johnson, they're on Tycho's payroll, but what are they spending money on? Fred Johnson has bankrolled a Navy with this money. So, but I don't really know what he did with his money aside from buy some nice booze here on occasion and some decent clothing. But yeah, he was raised on Luna. I don't know if his parents are still alive or not. I don't think they are. But I think his what's up?
Question. You said that you know him pretty well. Right?
Yeah.
What's something he cared about a whole lot?
I mean, getting the job done. That was the thing. Get the job done.
Tangible. Something more tangible.
I mean, he worked hard and he'd have consistent bonuses. And I always asked him, like, what are you saving up for? And he never really said much. He just said, for tomorrow, saving for tomorrow. I don't know what he wanted to do with all that money, but he could have retired at any time, honestly. I'm fairly well compensated by the Tycho Corporation, but Dingo's on one of those top end guys.
Okay.
Why so interested in Dingo's personal stuff now? I mean, are we looking to contact next of kin to bury him or something, or?
I think he has every right to be buried, in a more honorable way than.
Yeah, if that's what I think he'd like that. But we could probably get him one of those kind of plot setups on Luna. They cremate him and give you a nice little plaque thing.
Zenny kind of looks sideways at Wyatt and says, "More honorable than what? That how we do it?"
Well, what we do is fine, but that's not what he is. It's not who he is, I should say. We need to make sure we respect what he wanted. Well, what do you want, Tedwin? You know him better than all of us. What would he prefer?
I mean, he talked a lot about, he talked about this thing his parents did. His parents were pretty wealthy. I think he left out on that. He talked about when he was a kid doing this like camp. I don't know if they have that up here. And he kind of looks at the Belters. He's like, I don't know if you guys have that up here. Martians have camp. They have like their equivalent of the Boy Scout type thing, which is basically just precursor to going into the military. He's like, but yeah, they had this camp he went to as a kid. It was kind of a therapy thing. His parents, there was like something with like horses or some shit like that. I remember him talking about riding a horse as a kid. He enjoyed it. I don't know, maybe he was like trying to get like I know he liked that a lot. That was one thing he talked about from his childhood. He that was cool.
Maybe something there in his honor.
Yeah, he's like, maybe that's something he wanted to do again. You know, he hadn't been back to Earth for a long, long time, like going on like 20 years. But maybe he wanted to make sure when he went back the way he remembered it, what he liked about it. It's there's a lot of spaces. I saw the I Heart New York sticker in there. One of you guys went getting to the prettiest place all the time, but there's some open spaces left.
It was interesting. I don't know if I'd ever want to go back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of us want to go back home occasionally. I'm not. Like, I'm not really sure what I want to do, but yeah, I think Dingo would want to go back home or go back to Earth once or something like that. So I mean, if you want to take his body out there, I'm sure the UN, you can like a corporation to be happy to oblige.
I'd like to find a way to get his body back to Earth.
Okay.
You know, proper.
I mean, we got it. You know, it's in a container. It's in like a preserved container in the cargo hold basically right now. You guys, I'm assuming you guys preserved it, not just keep it. Not doing a weekend at Bernie's type thing with it.
No.
But yeah, you know, it's. He's like, yeah, we could get it back pretty easy. I can arrange that. That's not really a problem, honestly. They'd do that in a second. I'll pay for it.
We'll figure a way to take care of it. Don't worry about that. You find, see if you can. We'll give you access to contact Tycho just to see what you can get arranged and have that ready for when we get back.
Okay. Yeah, sure. They'll set that up. I'm sure it's in his benefits somewhere, anyways, too. They're gonna want to know where to send it though, but I don't know where we would bury him on Earth. I guess I could start looking into plots.
Maybe.
Yeah, we could probably search into that ourselves a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
Maybe our contacts, you know, like I've got some contacts on Luna, so maybe I can kind of work that a little bit better than we could out here.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, no rush. We got another few months before we get back that far.
Exactly. We've got time, so we're just kind of talking about that and making sure that we're doing the right thing, you know, by everybody.
Yeah. I'm sure Tycho's got a few more employees to send back too, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I'll go check in on that. Everything. Thanks for the access. And he kind of walks off with his data pad like he's dead.
Don't do any bullshit with that access either.
He frees Ashford. No, I'm gonna spring you, sir.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna like Myrtle. I'm gonna shut the door if that's all right.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'll shut her door.
Okay, shut the door.
I didn't mean to like step on your toes there. I just figured we could change the.
That's totally fine, my friend.
I mean, maybe we should have asked him. Yeah.
I don't think it's any of his business.
Yeah.
You wanted him to
honestly.
have it. He would have gave it to him and not me.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
But
I do think that we should do something with that farm or something like that.
he's got that plot of land on Earth. That's maybe we could find out information about the actual plot of land.
I mean, Myrtle's probably the one that would know it best.
You know, my sister is a little bit of a snoop, and she's down there in school right now in New York. So I could kind of have her check it out, kind of give her some stuff, and she'll be happy to have something to work on that she thinks is exciting.
You guys can look at the deed, and I mean, Myrtle, you can figure out where it is pretty easily if you want to look at it. So you go and pull it, and like it looks like a space up in kind of the middle of like Eurasia type area. It looks like kind of a, based on the maps that you're pulling up and everything like that too, kind of like not a valley, but like kind of a small plot of land that's pretty undisturbed. There's no farm out there, anything like that too, but it's isolated. A little colder than it gets some sun, but doesn't get much past the temperatures aren't too bad there. It was never flooded, but it's never been really settled either. It's just kind of a small like plot of land, probably like maybe like 20 acres, something like that, 30 acres, something like that.
Right.
But something you could definitely make self-sustained or kind of thing. And you've known folks to retire on stuff like this too, but it's worth a fair amount of money.
I don't want to try to, just kind of research on it to see if there's, everything is paid for, if there's any outstanding
He owns it outright. The deed
owns it outright.
Yeah, the
Okay.
deed outright owns it. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, while we're trying to see what we can find as far as any kind of family or anything like that, we'll just kind of hold on to it right now.
Yeah, it's in the Western Eurasia shared interest zone. I always like how they don't call them countries in the Expanse. They call them shared interest zone, which is the most generic shit in the world. Like,
Yeah.
It's like so neutral. And it's like, what is that shared interest? Is it economical? Is it cultural? Is it linguistic? It's like, is it food? Who knows? It's a shared interest.
Works. It works.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it's a small area. It looks like a kind of area that, like, the climate gets colder during the winter, so like there's some snow and everything like that too. But during the summer, it's a little not warm, not hot, but it maybe like it's comfortable for sure.
Right. Well, we'll just put a pin in it, as it were.
Is there some kind of moral in his honor? Even if that's do something there. I don't need his money. Does his money go to something good?
Here's the thing, though. Well, okay, I don't think we should just do a memorial. That's just pretentious and annoying, and it doesn't do anything. And Dingo wanted to be remembered as somebody who actually, at some point, finally did something. So, instead of just being a big statue somewhere that nobody's eventually is going to be forgotten, why not we do something with it that he's, like something like that farm that he grew up on?
I mean,
something
yeah.
that could help other people.
I mean, what's a horse, by the way, too? Maybe we could do some. He like horses, yeah.
What's
but
a horse?
What's a horse?
That's a pig that don't fly straight.
Well, I mean, we could check out this, this camp, this ranch, whatever, and then maybe see if they want a donation and maybe put it in his name, and but we could also do the same thing with something on Luna.
Mm.
I agree with you,
Do
Anthony.
something there.
We got time to figure it out. We'll make
Yeah,
sure.
we got time. We could come up
We'll
with
make
some
sure his
really
name
smart
is-
ideas.
I mean,
I mean,
What I'm
We could-
hearing, what I'm hearing is real quick is what I'm hearing is like let's set up like a trust fund to like set up like a camp in Western Eurasia
For horses.
for horses. And
Whatever those things are.
call it the Russell Mason horse camp for
Well,
whoever.
Xenia has other ideas as well. I assume that there's enough financial stability there to do more than just a thing.
Mhm.
Because like Xenia also wants to do something that'll help the Belters too, like some sort of like educational program or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly could like try to invest it and set some stuff up there too in the belt if you want to. I mean, I'm sure you want to do like the educational thing would be interesting too. I mean, you can sort of give a donation to one of the schools on Ceres. There is a university on Ceres too.
we could
I mean-
do a scholarship for sure.
Scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good ideas. The amount of money is like, I mean, you could set up this thing to run forever, this camp thing to run forever, pretty much, if you really wanted to. If you liquidate everything, if you just wanted to do something kind of basic on it, you could set that up too. Also could just sell a damn thing. There's plenty of options here, but you guys do have access to this substantial. You'd have to start rigging it, and the logistics of getting like trying to navigate all that is like you're gonna have to hire lawyers and like, people to handle this stuff. This isn't just something you guys can do off from out here at least.
Right.
Do it. We better do it right.
Yeah,
Yep.
we do it with his money. Yeah.
Well, we could take our time on some of this stuff, but yeah, I mean, hey, we could do a whole line of new chocolates dedicated to Dingo.
In the shape of a horse. Yeah.
I don't
Whatever
think
that
anybody
thing
would really-
is.
Yeah, we could set up something. We could do all kinds of. Like we honored Onyx, right? It's like maybe we go to his favorite go to our favorite bar and have a cocktail named after him, something like, who is that guy? And then we could, have something made that people know how good this guy was.
Yeah,
Speaking
I
of,
like that.
Mr. Dingo, Zinni let me know that Fred Johnson's been sending him a lot of messages, and I think if you feel up to it, Cap, might want to let him know what's happened.
Yeah, I can do
Only
it.
if you feel up to it. If you don't, I'll take
No,
care
I'm
of it.
good. I can do it. I'm good. I appreciate it though. I know it's been everybody is adjusting to this. Heck, where are we going now in space? There's so many things that can happen, that will happen. That, oh my goodness, all these new things. So I'm sure everybody's kind of handling it in their own way. And I think as long as we can take these couple months to kind of sort ourselves out, figure out what we want to do, take some of this care of this stuff from Dingo, maybe build some trust with Tedwin, and just be kind of chill about it.
Yeah, so if you guys are curious, Tedwin's plan is to basically, once he gets to Sirius Station, he's going to catch a transport to Tycho and then debrief. And then it sounds like he's going to put in his letter of resignation pretty shortly after. He's going to finish his duties and he's just done with them. He wants to be gone. If you're looking for someone to manage any of this, you certainly could talk to Tedwin about it, but it sounds like he's going to have some time on his hands, but then again, he might just say, fuck the dude, fuck him. You can burn in hell. The other I'm thinking other elements. You do have, I will say this from Dingo, one of the things that would be easy is to get some of those liquid. He does have liquid assets. He has money in the bank. You guys want to bleed off some money, that's pretty easy to do. The other option too, I will say
just
this.
enough to fix our ship.
Yeah, and get some torpedoes.
Actually, if you were to sell off his assets, the apartment, the land, and a fair amount of it, you'd have a little bit left over, but you could certainly attempt to buy the ship back from Anderson Dawes if you're
Oh.
That's
That
what I
is-
was gonna say. It's not a bad idea if we could
Dingo
kinda-
would have wanted it that way.
Yep.
But then you go back to the humdrum of trying to run the whole thing, and having crew it up, and you're gonna paper crew and everything too. So, but that's an option. And you guys have a few
Yes.
months to figure this out. You might as well get the ship fixed on Anderson Dawes' dime though. So,
Yeah, that is true.
True.
and
Yeah,
whether or
do
not-
that. Because we don't have to do any. We can start taking care of the easy stuff, and then we'll just kind of hold on to the assets until we decide if we do want to break away. This is like core family crew right here anyway.
And what I would suggest doing is setting up some sort of lawyer or trust back on Earth to handle this stuff, so that basically when they start seeing this guy's dead, they don't start trying to go after his assets or
Right.
lock
Right,
down.
right.
Okay.
I do think that we should. I do think we should let Tedwin be our middle person. Because I had a talk with him. And he's dragging himself pretty hard about all this. So I know he wants to do right by Dingo. I know he does. And this could be a good way for him to actually feel like he's paying back,
Yeah. If you feel like you can trust him, and I trust you, if you trust him, then I don't see why we couldn't, see if hey, why don't you work for us for a little while you're sorting yourself out?
Yeah, we'll give him a second chance. Yeah, prove himself to do the right thing this time.
Well, we don't have to put it that way.
What's that?
So if he doesn't, we'll just space his ass.
Yeah, he knows where the exits are. All right, so you guys kind of talk it over, and you certainly could approach Tedwin with this if you want to. Wait, you may let it simmer for a week or something like that. But you also know that Tedwin would actually probably be the most efficient person at it too, and it would give him some sort of redemption element to it. And you also know he'd probably be willing to escort the body back to it. Maybe even set up some sort of burial setup on this land. That's what you guys want him to do. He could do that. There's a lot. He has a lot of. He could do quite a bit of this.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to charge him with that then?
Yeah, if Cap.
Here, yes, okay. All right, so
I'm
you
good with
guys
it.
hand him this thing, and he kind of looks through it, and he's like taken aback by it. He's like, I always wonder, he's like, I always wonder where his money went. Like, I was just curious. Right? I never saw him spend a dime, and here he was spending all this money, and he had all this stuff. He's like, wow, yeah, I'll go through and secure all this and make sure it's executed in a way. He's like, what's this note about a horse camp? He's kind of looking at it, he's like, is that something you want me to do?
We'll look into that a little more.
Okay.
Find out what he went to when he was a child. Report back to us with what that was exactly.
Okay.
You think of us as like your board of
Okay.
executives or whatever. Just bring everything to us that you feel is important.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through here. I'll sift through it and get the details for it. I mean, it'll give me something to do for the next when we get back to series. So you see him kind of come to life. He seems to have like a purpose again. He feels like he's serving. He's doing the real work. This was a good turn for him, and he's on it. All right. What about anything else before you guys get back to series? I want to kind of get us back to series.
The only thing that I would do between now and then is, because I know Dingo's actual name now, assuming, because he told all of us.
Russell Mason, and it is on all the documents.
Okay, good.
Maybe he told you his name because he didn't want you to open up this thing and be like, who the fuck's Russell Mason? and why did Dingo steal his identity?
Yeah. I just want to do some digging and see who this Russell Mason was.
Out here, it's kind of hard to do the digging, but you give me
as much as I can here.
Give me like
when we get back, that's what I want to
give me a technology test because you can do it. I think you have that skill here.
I do have that skill. That is 17.
I mean, you pull some birth records and everything like that too, and you can find he had parents. They're both deceased. He looks like he sold a lot of their stuff off when they died, and like sold off like their residence on Luna, some cars and everything like that too, or some carts they had and some other stuff they had, some holdings, and he kind of started over again when they died, and basically like it looks like they died about the time he was like in college, back on Earth, and so he then like leveraged all that into excelling and getting the notice of Tycho. You kind of pull some of his information from like the school papers, stuff like that too. You see some stuff about Russell Mason, and basically he was like he had some scholarships. He showed a lot of promise. He like once his parents died, he like turned his life around and really started like wanting to go and find something else to do off the planet. He didn't want to be on Earth anymore. He was taking care of. You know for a fact that he's probably responsible for a few Belcher deaths on Luna. You're looking through some papers, but it was largely like security issues, like people like basically counterterrorism type stuff.
Yeah.
He was just doing his job, and he got known as being a pretty good Tycho security employee. That's probably the biggest thing you find about him. That's maybe controversial, but at the same time, you're like, man, I'll be going to Luna and trying to blow up shit. Like, and he's just he's trying to.
I know the difference between like capping belters and stopping assholes. Like,
and he was also like there's some you suspect too, based on some of like what's not said in a few things, he was doing counterintelligence for like Mars, like against Mars. They're trying to steal corporate secrets and stuff like that too. So he has a pretty good track record of. Most of his work was on Luna. Heading out to Tycho, he did that a few times, but you're guessing that time he was on Tycho with you guys was probably one of the first times he was ever like put in charge of just a big operation. And then being thrusted out past Uranus to the ring was like being thrown him out into the as wild as he's ever going to get. But that's what you kind of learn about him, is he had a pretty illustrious career. As far as personal, no, you don't see any like marriages, children, significant others. If anything, he's probably married to his work. You do see a few expenditures here and there of like maybe in the past like financial history of like him buying like gifts for some people, but you're not. But most people were employed by Tycho or there were other working for corporations, so you're not sure if they were personal gifts or like just corporate gifts or what they were exactly, but they're. So he did have people he was contacted with, but you're unsure if they were all work or was all play.
Yeah. Cool. I don't plan to do anything with that information. I just wanted to I just wanted to know who the actual person was.
So yeah, you get a better idea of him. You get some images of him in college and all that too before he got his implants, and you can see, he's this. There's some stuff about him, like achieving and succeeding. There's a few kind of pieces about his disability and sort of that too, or him talking about like what it's like to go through college. But the college has super accessibility. That's probably why it was chosen, and it went well for him. And then Tycho's there's an article you find about like Tycho's golden boy and them investing this new technology for him. And how that was a big thing for it, but it was certainly prototype. It wasn't something that like anybody was back on Earth was really going to get unless they had a lot of money. So, anyways, but yeah, like he had a successful life, and he you get his actual age. He was probably like 42. He's about 42 years old. All right. You guys message back and forth with some loved ones back on the thing. Yan kind of checks in. You check in with Crystal, Zenny, that's not a problem. Waxar, you and McMichael's kind of talk about what you want to do when you get back. Have a good time. It'll be nice to be back on like a home turf and everything like that too. It looks like when you guys get back, there will be kind of like the Belter equivalent of like a ticker tape parade type thing that people are going to be like celebrating your return and everything like that too.
Sunny is absolutely not looking forward to that in any way, shape, or form, and is already thinking about the best way
To duck
to
it.
just dip immediately.
Like, bye.
You do, and McMichaels is like he's kind of going on about to you, Max. He's like, he's like, we're gonna drink for free, right?
Oh yeah. Let's go. We'll put
He's
a little
like- he's like,
gambling
yeah,
on
I'm
who
trying
could
to-
drink more. Yeah.
I'm trying to delay this prosthetic fitting as far as I can on my schedule, because as long as I got this janky looking thing for a leg, people are gonna be like, hey, how what happened? And I'm like, give me a drink. So he's just kind of like he's trying to talk about how he's gonna like milk his situation to drink for free as long as he can.
Yeah, let's see who can get more. Yeah.
Oh, I like it, man. I don't know, man. You got some good stories, man. He's like,
I know. We'll see.
He's like, tell him you met Holden.
I will. I will. Hey.
Son of a. He's like, all right, man. He's like, all right, let's get more free drinks. That'll be good fun. I'm looking forward to it. And you guys there's a lot of talk about that. Yan talks about, free drinks. That sounds cool. He's like, I never thought of that. He's like, you're kind of seeing that Yan's like starting to build up this like, I can leverage his experience into some sort of like relief. He's not trying to be a celebrity, but he's got like, I'll play it up for some sympathy here and there. Everyone's he's been hanging around McMichael's a little bit. I don't know how you feel about that.
There's worse people, honestly, that he could hang out with. So he was hanging out with worse people. Yeah, he was hanging out with worse people. So like this is absolutely several steps up.
Yes, McMichael's. You can say what you want about McMichael's, but he's not a genocidal belter like Inara. So we'll give him that one. It's a step up. But yeah, because you guys hang out and talk about what you're going on, and people kind of just. It's kind of like talking about candy bars, what was your favorite candy bar and type of stuff like that. You guys talk about what you want to do to get back to series. I was kind of looking back. You're trading messages back and forth, organizing stuff. Reports get in, not a problem. And you arrive back at Series Station without much issue. Medical supplies are thin. That's been the biggest issue. You're worried about medical supplies, but no, everyone's pretty stable. Your mech's alive. Mikhail's been having trouble with his arm, but he's gonna go get that fixed up here real quick. Marid's been you guys have been really supportive of Marid. Marid probably, I will say this, is probably the most traumatized of anyone on it in terms of what he saw. He's you're not so sure if he's gonna stick with the ship or not. If he wants to go back out or if he's what he wants to do. But he's been kind of isolated a little bit here and there. But he's definitely the one that's as bad as you guys saw your friend die, but he saw people he was treating, like hundreds of people he was treating die, no good reason. And he's definitely pro punish Ashford. It's something he does bring up a bit here. But Sirius gets back no problem. You guys are gonna figure out the next mission here, try to maybe debrief with Dawes, set it up, and I think for next session we're gonna set that up as what you guys want to do on Sirius Station in terms of debriefing and getting stuff repaired, and the ship's gonna be repaired by all means, restocked.
And we gotta bake Captain a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys built Baker like a little red bean cake set up on the ship, and you know, celebrate a little bit. You know, and it helps bring up the spirits a little bit. Everyone kind of chips in. It's been the time back. You've given some time to recover the hardest, like that initial parts, but there's gonna be parts that'll stick with you for a long time. And the like. So, anyways, but I'm gonna end the session there tonight on getting back to series and the kind of recovery of it all and the like. So hopefully that was it. Everybody, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
I know this wasn't the most action packed. Quite the content.
No, but it made my heart feel good.
Yeah. It's nice just to have like a kind of that downtime episode. Yeah.
Well, it's not even downtime.
It's heavy.
To me,
It's
I mean,
the processing episode.
Processing, yeah.
Because we've been going for so hard.
Yep.
Like, oh.
Well, that was kind of my question too, with the Book of Baden's Gate is like, I mean, how the fuck do you like deal with this shit afterwards? I mean, because as far as like the books go, like Holden just picks up going to freaking Illis. Like, he's like, yeah, go to Illis. All right, cool. But
okay, here we go.
You do know that a lot of the efforts, I will say, a lot of the efforts of Sirius Station right now are going to be going to equip, try to set up the station that they decided to turn the behemoth into in the slow zone. So, but yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much everyone for watching. I want to say that Saturday, guys,
tune in,
is
you guys.
Marina Cycle. Let me go ahead and put my link for that.
Get it in here.
There it is. There's a link to the Marina Cycle. If you want to donate early, you can and buy some. I bought myself a reroll early on,
Nice.
just because I need it. But the charity swings, I got some hardcore players, man. We have we have all returning guests. We have Legal Kimchi's playing, who's an excellent video essayist.
Kimchi's great.
Coming back as Father Ignatius Jang, our Martian chaplain, who's a member of the Order of the Jesuits. I don't know if you know that, Maria, but Legal Kimchi was in. He was trying to become a priest at a point in his life, and so he does an amazing priest. And it's basically, if you want me to explain his character, it's Monsignor Martinez from King of the Hill, Vaya con Dios. No one? Okay. He's like, yeah. It's if you watch King of the Hill, you've seen him.
Oh yeah.
And then we have Emily Ervolina is coming with a new character. She played our one shot for Halloween where everyone died, so she's not coming back as that character. And that'd be really weird if she did. Yeah, that'd be fucking freaky. Alien world, I'm back. Hey guys. Turns out this is heaven. But the is coming as playing the publicist. This as she called it, a girl boss plus publicist. So it'd be a lot of fun. We have also returning is oh my god, I hate when I draw a blank. B Zelda is coming back as Lieutenant Ajani Gignon, who kicked off this section. Who has a job as a satellite engineer, comm engineer.
Yeah.
And we have Josh Simons, whose idea this whole thing was to bring back guests as Dr. Marv de Valentine.
Yes, the doctor.
He has a lot of fun. This was actually his whole idea. He pitched me, like, you ever thought about doing a one shot was just like all return players? I'm like, no, but now we are. And that was right when the calling rules came out. So I was like, that'd be fun to have them kind of do that. And then our new player is London Carlisle. I think I got his last name right. Who is playing the governor, Oliver Strato. I watched some of London's streams that he was running on, and I loved him. And I was like, hey, if you're on the stream, dude, do you want to be in charge? And he was like, sure. And so we're gonna have a lot of fun with that with Marina. It's like, but please tune in everywhere, or then you can. I really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to raising some money for a great cause and having a lot of fun doing it. But 11 a.m. on Saturday the 17th. We're back again next week, guys. With more recovery as we.
I have one thing to say before we close out. Tomorrow is the start of Hispanic Heritage Month, y'all. So if you know any Latinx or Hispanic creators, go support them through the rest of this next month through October 15th, and always, but like especially now. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, no,
Oh, that's
totally
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Great.
Totally cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to let us know about anyone out there too, like in that we'd love to talk to and hear about more about other creators and stuff like that too. So yeah, but certainly Heritage Month is a great one, and I'm eager to do it. All right,
Yeah.
I think that's it, folks. So we're still recovering here. This is actual real recovery now.
I know.
We're breathing.
And I'm really Donna, I love the robe. Great.
Oh, yeah, the robe
That
is
was a great
great.
touch tonight. That was a great
So
touch
Yeah.
tonight.
good. It made me feel so sad.
Yeah, me too.
That was a great touch
Set the-
tonight.
set
I
the
know. I
mood.
should have left it on. It was just too warm in here.
No,
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 it's-
I mean
No,
the
this was
the different shirt played it that
Yeah.
worked perfectly.
It was a lot of fun.
My comfort. My
Well, I mean, Kurt's been talking about it. That's in the beginning of
Yeah.
the comfort, and here it is. Like, when is it? You're talking about bringing comfort to the Belters. What about yourself? When are you
Yeah.
going to take care of yourself?
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're back next week on Wednesday, and I'll see you guys all on Saturday morning for more Arena Cycle. See y'all later.
Yes.